So yeah, I'm back with more Prodeus. So off screen, I did a bit of research because I was very curious to see how many levels were actually left. I think it was something like 7 or 8, interestingly enough. I had that theory that they may have front-loaded this, and turns out it might be correct. So that's fun. That's very fun. Anyway, off screen, I got a couple of ore fragments, and I'm gonna go and buy the auto shotgun. I'm also still like fiddling around with certain things, so yeah, fun. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I am here to buy the auto shotgun. Because as fun as this shotgun is to use, I think it's starting to show... I think this shotgun's fine, you know, it's whatever, it can one-tap things. This one... I think this one deserves to get some kind of upgrade, which is what I think this is. We'll see how this performs. I'm hoping that it does well. But because I really don't have any frame of reference for what any of these weapons actually do... yeah. Also, apparently these trials, like, you, do a thing in a certain time limit to get a reward, I guess. I don't know, it didn't seem that interesting. So yeah, we're continuing. Apparently, there are, in fact, something like 4 or 5 levels here, and then there's a couple of levels in another hub. But in general, this whole game is very front-loaded. Which is, like, fine. I don't know, it's a bit annoying because like the first part of this was like all that tech-based stuff, and then you get here and it's like very interesting, but then it's gonna go by very quick, you know? Just kind of feels weird. Sneaky. Okay, so I'm not too sure what the alt fire on this does. I thought it would do something like maybe a rapid fire. That doesn't seem to be the case. Unsurprisingly, an auto shotgun is very unwieldy. Seems like it does good damage, though. Oh, you're invisible. Not really a fan of that. When that guy's invisible, he kind of looks like one of those respawn anchors. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what this alt fire does. Good chance I die jumping down here. Let's find out. Yeah, I don't know, the way that these levels have been going, I kind of half expected there to be like a, another railgun guy out of sight or something stupid. Okay. sick, dude. So I clearly missed something over there. Am I missing anything here? Yeah, so that must have been the other secret I missed. Okay. Yeah, so there's these, and then I think this is a portal like that one is? This level has potential to be really interesting or really boring. I guess we'll be finding out. Oh yeah, and I did end up looking up what the bandolier did. It didn't seem like it actually did that much, at least not to warrant buying it. Apparently you can get it like an alternate way, but honestly the ammo upgrade seems really weak, all things considered. A lot of things in this game that seem like they're very overbalanced. Anything on this side? Hmm. Really interesting choice to give infinite ammo spawners in these levels. Wonder what the deal with that is. I feel like I've definitely missed something. Hmm. Yeah, hi. I'm busy. Anything over here? Did I miss something? No, it just brings me back here. Okay. I mean, at least there's a couple ways out of that, I guess. Yeah, I'm still not sure how to deal with those guys beyond just corner peeking them. I think those are the guys with the weird homing projectiles. Okay, so what could I have missed? I sure do love traveling with my slow-ass auto map speed. That's my favorite. Something up there. I don't know if I can reach that one now. Damn. I mean, I can go look. I don't think there's a way up from there. This game seems to have a thing for points of no return. Although it seems very level dependent. Yeah, I don't think there's a way back up. No. Doesn't seem like there is. Maybe I can eventually loop back around? I don't know. I'm just going to assume that the red laser can, you know, hurt me. I already had to deal with that one time in, I think it was Skyrim, that had the hurting light beams. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be looping back around. Actually, wait a minute. No, that just... Right, we went up there and then... Okay, never mind. You know, it has just occurred to me, how exactly is this game gonna end? I'm half expecting it to be a clusterfuck. I don't know, I just don't see this... I see this having like a bolt gun type of ending, you know? Just fucking everything all at once. Speaking of everything all at once... You guys could always just act like I'm not here. I mean, unless you killed the necromorph looking dude. Yeah, I think you guys killed him already. Wow. And I take it this is just the end? Yeah. I am like really blitzing through these, which does not bode well for the stream time, assuming I actually end up beating this in one sitting. Hmm. Nothing up here, huh? Alright then. How many secrets? 4 secrets. Okay. Probably missed one already. Just doing a double check. I meant to use there, but alright. I'm still really not sure what this thing's alt fire does. I see a line, it's not really... Oh, is it like a ricochet shot? Oh, yeah, it's a UT flat cannon. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's fine, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so now we're back to tech bases, I guess. I'm still a little disappointed this whole thing was just front-loaded with tech bases. I don't know. It got really interesting toward the end, and then I realized that that's like 2/3 into the game, and it's just like, oh, well, okay. That seems really odd. Why is that there? Oh, I guess because of that? Oh. Okay, so not as interesting as I thought it would be. Not entirely sure what happened there. Saw a bunch of enemies and then they're just gone. I like when the level does all my work for me. Must be really cold down here. Anything hiding in here? Doesn't really seem like it. Okay. Oh, gotta aim a little bit higher, I think. Trying to aim with this thing is really weird. Gotta aim like a lot higher than you really think you should with that thing. That was a secret, huh? Am I supposed to be down here? Escape. Sure do have to do that a lot in this game, huh? Nope, I don't like being back there. This portal leaves the Prodeus dimension. So we're going back to the asteroid, right? I mean, I was having fun when I wasn't there. I felt like the first hub kind of dragged a bit, and now I'm back, basically. So assuming this is right, there's like 3 to 4 levels left, something like that. Okay. Again, I thought there was more to this, but no, apparently this game is just very front-loaded. Nothing cool in the shuttle I just came from. Okay. I mean, I guess that counts as... I guess that could be considered a secret to some. I don't know if I necessarily count that, but, you know, to each their own. Oh, cool. So yeah, you're new. And I don't know if I like you. Okay. Not really a fan of him. He seems a bit too tanky to me, I don't know. Apparently I just missed that. Neat. Or maybe that wasn't open before? I don't know. What, is there an invisible ceiling there? Seems weird. Could have totally put something up there, but nope. 39,206. Yay, new shop. I do need to go in here and maybe buy something. Yeah, so what is this thing? Oh, I bet it's gonna be like a multi-rocket launcher. Yep. Yeah, we'll see how this performs. Oh, it's got like homing rockets too. I mean, I can't really argue with results. That basically fixes my problem with that guy. What is like the next thing to buy anyways? Is it like did I like unlock the final weapon, or is it gonna be the other thing? Nothing up there, huh? Yeah, it is like really weird. Despite them giving you access to a double jump and a dash, they really didn't make that many secrets around it, huh? Almost feels like an afterthought. What did that do? Oh. Okay, what did that one do? Maybe there's another one ahead. Or maybe it opened this? I see. That wasn't a secret, apparently. Okay. Yeah, I found one of those earlier too, I think. It was like a platforming secret that had a hidden exit that didn't seem to actually go anywhere. When I was like reading up on that too after the fact, I learned that apparently there were a couple of other secret exits that were cut and would actually do interesting things. Kind of weird. Yeah, the secrets in this have been like really weird. There's been a lot of secrets that are like fairly obvious and almost seem like they shouldn't count as secrets. And then there's like random non-secrets that feel like they should be secrets. Also works really good on those guys. Good to know. Really big fan of the multi-rocket launcher. But to be fair, the rocket launchers in this so far have been like the grenade launcher's fine. This is broken, and this is broken. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, we're at this level. I don't remember the name of this level, but I recognize it. Is this gonna be one of those things where we go back all the way to like the start of the game? A lot of these games like to do that. Chaos, the hell did that say? Oh. Oh, cool, it's the bio rifle, so it's gonna be very questionable whether I actually use it. Good to know. I'm just saying, the bio rifle is bad in Unreal Tournament. What makes you think it's gonna be good here? Yeah, they literally just ripped the bio rifle 1-to-1. The only, like, well, 1 to, I'm gonna say point, like 1 to 1.1 maybe? Because it doesn't actually, like, stay on the ground necessarily. Like, it's not like a mine layer like how the bio rifle is. Maybe it'll be slightly more useful that way. I don't know. Nope, I think it's just shit. Okay, well. But yeah, no, I'm imagining like this back part is really rushed because it seems like the first hub was really fleshed out, and then you get to the second hub, and I expected there to be a lot more to that, and it was a very interesting area, and it was like 4 levels. So... I mean, I guess it's good for dealing with those. Well, not even. I think I have to get, like... What's the max range on this? Oh, a lot farther than I thought it would be. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I just don't see why I would use this over something like this or this. It just, again, it's the bio rifle problem. It's just not the bio rifle. I don't think there's ever going to be a good iteration of it, because it's just such a weird gun. I guess the Unreal Gold one isn't like terrible. I was trying to figure out if this is new or not. A lot of this level, like a good chunk of the beginning of this game, is kind of just blending together. I do gotta say though, the one thing I am really impressed with, this weapon selection, very accessible. I feel like a lot of games tend to fuck up with the weapon selection thing. Hey, could you die, please? Thank you. This portal goes to the Chaos Dimension. Wow, I can't believe I'm going to the warp. That's crazy. Hell is looking a lot different than I thought it would. Ring the bell to enter. Is there gonna be a demon in a suit to greet me? Yeah, it's really nice that we got the monolith thingies from Serious Sam first encounter here. Very cool, very cool. I'd imagine the idea behind this is you use like the splash thing as like a stage hazard thing, but at that point I feel like I'd be hurting myself by using it. Invisible wall, huh? Again, really not getting that much mileage out of the double jump and dash. You know, at least in a good chunk of the other levels, if I hit something like this, it would let me fall over and, you know, die. Invisible walls, just kind of lame. I don't know. That's pretty cool, though. Well, that's not ominous at all. Bell obstructed. They really want me to use that bio rifle. is very weird though. I'm playing this level and I'm getting like flashbacks to Wrath for some reason. Probably because of the Hell episode. Kind of had a similar look to this. Which, you know, I haven't checked on Wrath in a bit. Last I heard, they had implemented like a launcher or something to push a bunch of bullshit. Which, you know, sounds about right for the publisher. Pretty sure it's Fulcrum. Yeah, again, this is like making me very disappointed that there's not like an expanded hub for this. Because visually, this is really neat. Really nice departure from all the tech bases, but again, there's only like apparently 1 or 2 levels here. I've had to have like missed a secret somewhere, right? Looks like potentially down there. Oh, that area that I didn't jump to because it looked like it was just gonna be a weird backtrack. That area. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I ever interacted with that room. Okay, and I did that because... reasons, I guess? Great, a Wolf 3D maze. And you gave me an auto map for it. Interesting. Really, nothing. No ambush. Maybe it'll happen when I jump down? No? Hmm. Really just handing those ore fragments out like candy, huh? Yeah, I think Sandy wants his lost soul trap back. Right, and then that loops me back down here. Yeah, definitely missed a bunch of stuff because of the size of the level. I don't really know where I would go looking for anything in particular. Yeah, just jump in the blood hole, that's fine. $17, huh? So I have a feeling this is a final level of the game. Mostly by the fact that there's no ore fragments in it. And I don't really have enough ore fragments to buy anything. I mean, I guess I could have farmed, but like, I don't know. Fucking really? I was expecting you to put up a bit more of a fight than that. Corrupt the Nexus point. It's fine, I don't like Nexus mods anyways. Oh, you got back up. That's cute. Oh, so if I die, I have to restart this whole thing. Wow. That's cool. It's a shame that it's just a really shitty iteration of the Icon of Sin, but hey. Also not really a fan of the fact that they put a like this ammo thing here, but it, you know, it takes forever to actually give you ammo. That's fun. I mean, I guess this gun's finally gonna get a use. Because I think it's mostly the floor enemies I'm having an issue with here. Yeah, honestly, I thought that that weapon would do a bit more here. It's really not doing that much. Oh, is that thing broken now? Cool. Still gonna keep to the theme of rating things okay. I feel like rating should be optional, but you know, that's fine. Revealing a gateway to an unknown dimension with unlimited power. So I'm pretty sure that ties into the DLC that is apparently supposed to be being worked on. I can't even say it's released at some point, but it's definitely being worked on. Yeah, so there's really, I mean, I could do like the challenges, but there were like a couple of time trials way back. I'm like curious, what did I end up missing out on? But yeah, I don't know, campaign's like fine. I think maybe if they had chopped a bit off of the first hub and instead spent more time working on the other hubs, might have balanced the game out a bit more, but I don't know. Like I said, this game is very, very front-loaded, apparently. Yeah, I might as well like unlock these other two things. There were like time trials that I could do. I'm a little curious about how those work because I don't think I actually ended up doing any of them. But those are all the way back in the first hub. But yeah, I mean, the design of the levels themselves range from like, you know, fine to good. I can't think of any levels that I like outright hated. At least none that I can remember. I mean, except maybe like the final bit, that was a bit underwhelming. Yeah, it's like this hub, I think if they had cut out like a couple of levels from here to work on other levels in like at least the second hub, probably would have worked better. Enemy balancing was mostly fine. I think my big nitpick with the enemies is mostly just that some of the higher tier Prodeus enemies just kind of got on my nerves. Weapons feel fine. I don't know, I in my opinion, all the weapons feel a bit overbalanced in some regard. Except for the explosives for some reason. The explosives are really OP and I don't know what the deal with that is. But yeah, how do these work? Hit all targets in under 1 minute to collect the ore prize at the end. Sounds potentially horrible. Okay, I guess that wasn't too bad. But I think I missed a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I missed a fuck ton of ore, apparently. I was assuming that I would do the trial and it would give me the ore as a prize, not that I would have to collect it on the way through. Trying to figure out where the other ones are, at least. I saw there was one in the vent thing. Yeah, what's the deal with that one? Oh. Is it gonna let me keep that, or... Let me read that again. Hit all targets in under 1 minute to collect the ore prize at the end. Is this something weird where I only have to do that one time and then I can just run back through it? Because I thought it was going to take it away from me for not, you know, grabbing them. Like, you know, finishing the thing. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to rerun this one. I don't know where I'm supposed to go from there. What? So I do a thing like here, right? Like over there. That loops back around this way, and then... Does this go somewhere else? No? The hell? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can just skip all those, huh? That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, at least, you know, the first one was on rails. That one just kind of weird. It lets you blitz past everything. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that one as much, but also I want to go back to the shotgun one real quick. Yeah, I don't like that one as much. The stage hazards kind of just fuck with the pacing? I don't know. So I take it those are ones that I've already gotten, which begs the question on where the other ones are. Unless those are different. Oh. Okay. I forget how much the one weapon was. I just want to get that one weapon to see how it functions. No other reason. I want to see if it would have made a difference. Oh, and you had to do these in order too? Okay. Yeah, see, this one's like too open-ended. You can just skip stuff. Okay. Yeah, this one's just kind of obnoxious. So yeah, that tells me I probably didn't make it in time, because I'm imagining that's probably supposed to be open. If I did. So yeah, there's some of these ore fragments I can just get normally. So these are just kind of regular levels, but the time thing is that you get like, what is it? I don't know how many are here. I'm gonna guess a few. So yeah, there was that one. There was one back here. Okay. Okay, and now I can just grab the other ones. Got it, got it. So yeah, they give you some of these for playing the level, and then they have a couple like that. I was expecting that I had to do the whole time trial to get all of them, but no. This is also like the really weird one. It was like here? And that can't come back down. Oh, I guess that works. Okay. I might as well do the rest of these. I have time now. Like I said, when I initially ended yesterday with part 2, I was like, you know, I might have enough to work with for like another thing for like the main campaign portion. Turned out that was wrong, so I just have extra time to do whatever now. So yeah, I know I can buy that, but I'm more curious about this one. Okay, so this is another super weapon. Need to figure out how this works. I guess I could like go into a random level and test it. Yeah, what about this one? I apparently didn't do very good on finding ore fragments here. That is one thing I will say about the design of that. I don't know why you would give the player near immediate access to an auto map. I don't even... Oh, it's like a better version of the QBJ3 Invoker. I forget, I think that Harbinger guy is at the end of the level, right? Yeah, again, I'm not sure how I missed some of these. I feel like some of these were fairly obvious and I apparently just missed them. Okay, so it's like half the again, the rockets are fucking wild in this. So basically, this thing, which I assumed would be the super powerful super weapon of this, apparently does half the damage of a rocket launcher. Again, the weapon balancing in this just feels really off. Yeah, in my head, these weapons should be like you know, top of the line, really powerful compared to like anything over here. But for whatever reason, these rocket weapons, these two specifically just mog these like really bad. It's just really weird balancing. Yeah, that right there is a great example. One of these shots takes out that flying guy like way easier than these do. Like this takes, I think, 2 shots. This takes 2 shots. This takes 1. This basically takes 1. This technically takes 4 because it seems like all the shotguns are balanced relatively the same. So like 4 shots from this would kill that. 4 shots from this would kill that, which would be a full blast. 4 shots from this would kill that. Again, the balancing's just weird. I don't think that was the way I was supposed to get in here. Yeah, so this weapon, a little bit underwhelming. I don't see why I would use that. I mean, I'll test it on this guy here, but I just don't see a reason why I'd use it compared to something like the rocket launchers. I mean, I guess the only thing it really has is that I don't have to, like, aim with it as much like this one. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. And it has like a mag size for some reason. I feel like for how late this weapon ends up showing up, I feel like this should have been like way more overpowered. Yeah, I don't know, the fact that you can get this, like the fact that you can get this and this before this just kind of seems backwards to me. Because this thing is not as good as this, and whether it's better than this is very questionable. Honestly, this whole section in general is just kind of underwhelming. Like, the railgun's fine, this is underwhelming, and this thing sucks. But again, no fault of this gun, it's because it's a bio rifle. You can't really make the bio rifle a good weapon. Trust me, Epic Games tried like, what, 6 times? Like, I think the best iteration of this was the one in Wrath that kind of acted like this gun. Didn't want to end the level, but sure, whatever. Yeah, really underwhelming weapon. But again, I don't know if that's necessarily the fault of the weapon or just the weird weapon balancing in this game. Trial rockets. Hit all targets in under 1 minute 10 seconds. This one's different. Timing your reloads and detonations. Oh, that's scary. Okay, so yeah, I very clearly didn't get it. But that does give me the opportunity to go back through and look around, I guess. Unless I can't. Okay. No, yeah, that kills you, So there's no way to go back. You had the one with the shredders that was super open, and then this one's linear. The other one was linear. Odd. I mean, can I go back this way to get him? Maybe. Depends on how this game does kill planes, I guess. Okay. See, some games you try to do that, and it will kill you because they put a kill plane right about there. I know Halo does it. At least I think Halo Combat Evolved does that. I can't remember if the one in Assault on the Control Room is speed-based or if that is like actually a kill trigger. That's a bit risky. I'll come back for that on a replay. I mean, unless there's like another way to get to it. Oh, yeah, I guess that works. That one seems very weird. How do I... I'm guessing I need to do something here to get over here to get to that. Okay, so fun thing, apparently they locked the elevator because they didn't think anybody would actually do exactly what I just did. Interesting. So, unless there's another way back up, which I don't think there is, I think I have to restart. Not much thought was put into this one, huh? Yeah, very cool. Yeah, okay, so I guess I'll do this lap, do another lap, and fucking come back for those when I'm not pressured for time? That just seems like a really shit thing to do. Fucking weird. It's funny because most other times when they have a lift like that, they don't lock you in like that. They have, usually there's like a button at the bottom so that you can call it back down. They just decided to lock that for some reason. I don't get it. That seems really backwards to a good chunk of the rest of the game. So now I have to go back through, while not being pressured for time, to go back and get all those. The other ones. Pretty sure anyways, right? I don't think it was keeping track. I think when I die, it makes those, yeah, those go away. Okay. Want nothing over here? Hmm. Yeah, so there was this one over here. And then there's this one. yeah, there's that one down there too, right. Maybe grab that before I activate that elevator. That'd be the smart thing to do. Like, I'm thinking it's got something to do with this up here, right? So I think I can, like, activate this, that does this, and then, yeah, okay. So you know what's fun? Because this is a lock lift, you know, you activate the lift and it locks so that you can't use it again. When you try to do this platforming thing and you fall down, that's basically a failure. Again, really did not put much thought into this one, huh? Not really any point to grabbing that. I'm like 90% sure I know where these are at this point, because I have to keep redoing this. Yeah, that's just a dick move, putting that there. It'd be fine if it would be fine if the lift didn't lock you. Like, it would be fine if the lift didn't, like, lock itself so you couldn't, like, reuse it. But because of the fact that it does that, this is just a really dickish placement. And then there's this one. Trial grenade. Is there like one more of these anywhere? I can't remember. I can always go back to the hub and look. Hit all targets in under 1 minute, 15 seconds. What is a grenade's alt fire again? Right. I mean, realistically, I probably shouldn't be killing things. Right. Okay. Okay, wait, where am I going? Oh, okay. Hey, so, why aren't you blowing up? That's the second time that has happened. Wait, why am I... Okay, this is a fucking weird time trial. Again, they're just changing the rules. He fucking did it again. Okay. I need a gauge on where exactly I need to be hitting on that one. What the fuck, dude? That's supposed to go up, right? I hit this and that's supposed to go up, but it didn't. For some reason, right? Am I going insane? I might be going insane. Yeah, it's supposed to do that. The fuck? God, what a weird time trial. Hello? I mean, I didn't even see where the ore fragments were in that one. Clearly they're at the end of the level, I just didn't see them. Probably because unlike the other ones, they're not very obvious. I mean, unless it's these things, I guess it could be these. Really? Nothing back here? I feel like that would have been pretty obvious for a secret, but no. Okay. No, that's not it. But also, what's the point of letting me come back here anyways? Ironically, the level that did not need a backtrack lift is the one that had a backtrack lift. Again, I don't get this logic. And then I go back through and get a bunch of the ones that I missed. So those were the time trial rewards. I don't know how you're supposed to get that one. I don't see anything that's really standing out, so... So there's nothing super cool for unlocking everything here. Nothing like, no like secret weapons or anything. Okay. Yeah, so the time trials, not really a fan of them. I think the shotgun one is fine. The machine gun one, kind of annoying. Mostly because they just put a lock-in lift that really didn't need to be there. So if you decide you want to backtrack to get the other ore fragments, you're kind of screwed. And the grenade one, I just think that one's annoying. Like, other than that, I think the level design of this whole game is fine. I think certain enemies are maybe a bit more tanky than they need to be. Like, my only real gripe with the level design, you know, outside of the fact that they put you in a bunch of crammed arenas and a bunch of the levels, and the fact that, like, 80% of this is just tech base. I feel like they could have very easily cut down the first hub to make room for more stuff in the other, like, level areas. The weapons are, like, mostly fine. Like, I think the pistols, you know, whatever, it's serviceable. This is, again, whatever, serviceable. This one's fine. It kind of, like, makes these obsolete. The shotguns, I feel like, are maybe a bit weird, especially in, like, relation to a lot of these. Like, I think the double barrel's really good. This one's fine. And this one's, like, fine, but, like, not really anything remarkable. The explosive weapons were fucking overpowered compared to, like, everything else that was here. I think the idea is, like, a limited ammo capacity, but at the end of the day, like, I spent a good chunk of, like, the back half of this using these on, like, the super tank enemies and going to one of two weapons, which was this one and this one. I think this one's also maybe a bit strong. This thing is, like, fine. It's a railgun. It does what it needs to, I guess. It's just a bit weird that... It's just a bit weird to me that the railgun, which is, you know, supposed to be high damage, low fire rate, which, I mean, I guess it kind of is, does less damage than the rockets. Seems a bit weird. This weapon sucked, but again, it's no fault of the weapon. The bio rifle's just always been a bad weapon. So, like, most times when this thing shows up in, like, other games, it's just going to follow the same path of not really being particularly useful, especially for how late you get this thing. It's like, whatever. Creating a little stage hazard is, like, fine, I guess, but, like, it's still a bio rifle. The bio rifle's just not particularly great in anything that it's in, outside of maybe, big maybe, Wrath Eon of Ruin, weirdly. I think that's, like, the only time a weapon like this has ever been acceptable, and it's just because it functions more like a grenade launcher than it does a mine layer. So, and this thing was underwhelming. I like the idea that this thing is supposed to replace this thing's alt fire, but I think for how late I ended up getting this, it just kind of wasn't worth it. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe if this didn't have a magazine, it would be better. Maybe, but again, it falls into the same weird thing of these two things do infinitely more damage than these two, so 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna pick these to deal with tanks and not these. It's just a weird thing. I don't know. Visually, game is pretty great, I think. Like, visually, the game's really cool. I just kind of wish the pacing was a bit better. Because yeah, as I... Because yeah, as I said, like this whole thing here is like basically 3/4. No, not even that. I would probably say closer to 4/5 of the game, honestly. Like I said, it's like 80% of the game all takes place in this single hub area, which is, you know, fine. The problem is this gives off the impression that there's more, that the other areas are going to be of similar size, and then you go through here and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. And then you think, oh, maybe this is just like a transitionary thing and the other area is going to be bigger. And then it's basically the same size. It just feels weird. I think maybe a couple of levels should have been cut from the first hub to squeeze in levels here, because I think this was probably the most visually interesting area of the entire game. And it's a shame that it's so short. I don't know, I guess at least at the minimum. Oh yeah, and at the other one too, because this actually does keep going. They could have also maybe cut levels from the first hub and also stuck levels like here. Because this is literally just one level and then like an arena. And again, visually, this is really cool. It's just, there's nothing to do. Like, it gives you one level. I'd say everything past like the first hub area just seems weirdly rushed. In a weird way, I don't know. It feels really imbalanced in terms of how the levels are spread out. But, you know, I guess that's what the, theoretically upcoming DLC is going to be about, because... And I mean, it's a good thing I played this, because if that ever does release, I'd be prepared to play it at that point. But I don't know if that's ever coming out anytime soon, so... Like, I think at most they say that they're working on it, and, you know, that's cool. But, when was the last preview for that? Just curious. $2025. And it was a news thing saying that Andrew Hulshult's returning to make music for it. I'd imagine updates are probably more on like the Twitter account or whatever they have. But yeah, I don't know. I guess at the minimum, I'm prepared to play that if that ever does release. But most things I've seen about it is that it's very, very slow going in terms of development. So not really expecting that anytime soon. Yeah, those time trials basically put me about on par with where I wanted to be. So I'm gonna stop now. I'm glad to be done with this game. I'm debating on what to do next because I kept promising BioShock, and I'm not really doing anything else at this point, so It'll either be that or Crisis, because I actually did manage to get the original Crisis to fucking work finally. Something with Windows 11 or something recent broke it, but, you know, there's like third-party things to fix it apparently, so that's nice. Maybe Crisis will be better balanced than Far Cry 1. That's like the only reason I want to play it. I'm like morbidly curious on where Crytek ended up going after Far Cry 1. And my understanding is that Crisis is an infinitely more fun game than Far Cry 1, so it'll be one of those two things. I'm not really sure yet. Hey, I'm gonna go now. Be back sometime later. Good night.